Hey, everybody out there, it's Alabama Deep. I'm coming back at you. All right, so we've got everything ready to go for this movement. We are just about ready to go ahead and finish it up. So I do have one last thing I need to do on here before we go ahead and close it up, get it in its case and everything. We need to put on the second hand. This second hand can be awful tricky for a lot of people. Yours, including yours truly. But I come in like this. Try. I see the axle. I need to get that on there. Always a difficult task. That seems like that wants to go on, but I have to be careful with not breaking it. That's not even on there. Don't force it. See, you gotta be very gentle. Try not to break it at all. See what I'm looking for. Let's try it again. Try from a different angle here. For some reason, that doesn't want to go on. They gotta be very careful. It doesn't want to go on. So that's being a little difficult. Keep in mind, we're not going to be forcing anything. So I'm a little perplexed now as to why that doesn't want to go on. But I'm going to stay with it. That I don't want to force anything. So I'm thinking to myself, why won't that go on there? And I don't want to break anything. Right? I mean, we don't. We don't want to force it. So let me have a look-see at some of these other things that I may have here. Let me see what we got. So I got some other second hands here. Maybe I just got a bad one. So let me try one of these. So we now have a new one. We'll put the other one back over here with this one. Let's try this one. Let me see how this second hand is going to go on. Right? So I got this second hand. Let's try it. I've got it as well. Let's try. That doesn't want to go on either. Looks a lot smaller than the other one does. So I'm going to swap those back out. So that does not want to go. So I'm going to try this again. Nope. Try it again. Thought maybe the shaft might have been bent just a little bit. It's not allowing it to go on. So I have pushed it out just a little bit away from the rest of the watch. This could affect its overall running performance. If it is damaged in any way, I can replace the center wheel. I think that actually solved our little problem. Now, let me see what I can do with this. Nope. It didn't solve anything. It wasn't even on. That still doesn't want to go on. That's negative. Try one more time. That's a negative. Try one more time. Question is now, is that really even on? Is it really on though? No, it's not. So it doesn't want to go on. So this is telling me that second hand is faulty. It needs to be worked open a little bit more to fit on there. I haven't had much experience with that though. I know it's really got to go on there. So it seems like that's on there, but I bet you it's not. So I know I'm getting it right on top. Of course I know that's not on there. Go in here and have a closer look at what's going on. Okay, let's try it again one more time. Notice that the axle for the second hand was bent. I pushed it out a little bit. See if that does the trick. Certainly looks like it might. Think that did do the trick, guys. Persistence always pays off. So I just worked my way through an issue, and let me go over this with you. Okay? What we have on some of these movements is that you have the center wheel. The center wheel is, of course, the middle cog on the back. And it's on the very back of the movement underneath the automatic winding works. So what had happened was, and just a guess, because I'm really not sure, at some point during its shipping or manufacturing or whatever the case was, because we didn't have a chance to bend it ourselves because our tool won't, you know, has a hole in it right here. It won't bend it. What happened was that got bent. And so when I'm trying to put on the second hand, it wouldn't go on because outside the center of the second hand that attaches to the center wheel itself that protrudes through the center of the watch hands here, that got bent over. So that hole trying to fit onto that wouldn't go all the way because the corners were catching the sides of the watch hand. Okay, so it wouldn't go down all the way. So I bent it out a little bit, and now it's in, and I don't really care per se. It's there. It's on. It's running. I could care less. So it is on there. Now, could that affect the running of the watch? Well, it might. We will see. Right now, it's spinning freely, so I'm assuming that there's not going to be a whole lot of damage there. But yeah, just that little axle on the center wheel was bent too far one direction. So perfect. Okay, so we got this going. I have the movement stopped right now because I do want to clean up the dial just a little bit more. Okay, I do have to get this dial squeaky clean the best I can for my buddy. So right now we're just cleaning up the movement. Okay. Now let's ring again. That's good. Okay, perfect. Okay, so there we go. I'm gonna get my finger cots on now because I do not want to put oil all over this watch because we're getting really close to getting to casing this. Alright, so I'm going to get on some more finger cots. There we go. I'm going to pick up this right here. I'm going to set this off to the side. And we're going to let it continue to run and do its thing off screen. Because now I'm fixing to come back with the case and we're going to start working on the case. So let me zoom out a little bit. That's good enough. All right. And we're going to see what we can do with this case. I guess what I'll do first is, I guess first things first. And let me just hold off on the finger collars just for a minute. It's first things first, right? Right. First things first, we have the Rolex bracelet and case. I'm examining it. I'm looking for any defects. At one time, I was told that there was a crack in the bezel, so I am looking for a crack. I do not see it, so that's good. Okay, perfect. As long as I don't see a crack, I am fine with it. Because I was going to go ahead and I was going to do that on the video too. I was going to replace that bezel insert if I had to. But it doesn't look like that's going to have to be. So I'm going to go ahead and just polish this watch up just a little bit. And I'm going to use my I'm just going to use this same stuff I use for the crystals at the falling end. Some people want to call it poly watch. This is not. This is McGuire's swirl remover. And I'm just going to go around this bezel. It's a buffing compound. So really, I just want to try to make this look a little bit better. And I'm getting some black off there, so that's good. Let me finish the job. That looks really good. So that already looks 1,000% better. For the ring, that's good. Let me make sure that is off. That's good. All right, let's go ahead and let's remove the crown. This crown can come off now. Let's open the back of the case. Now, I'm not going to buff the watch. Customer doesn't really want me to do that, per se. But hey, you know what I will do? Let's just stop right here just for a second. Let me tighten this down. We're going to do a little something here and have y'all with me on this procedure we're fixing to do. But if you notice the center of the case there, that doesn't look too Rolexy. That looks cheap, is what that looks like. So I'm going to go over it with one of my sanding sticks. 400, 600, 180. Those are much too heavy and dense for it. That's 800. Still too much. We have 1,000. I like 1,000. So yeah, okay. Let's brought it on down just a little bit more. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, that's starting to look more Rolex. By making that look a little bit more refined. The grain's not as hard or pronounced, which is what the real one is. The real one's neither like that as well. High grain appearance equals cheap. So we got that down a little bit. I kind of like that a little bit better. It's more smooth as well. I can still see some of the metal grain there, but we can't remove all of it. I mean, we could if we want to spend a lot of time on it, but I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. But that looks more Rolexy, in my opinion, and much more smooth. So yeah, okay, I'll take that. Oh, damn cats. They're at their shenanigans again tonight. Okay, so now I've got to remove the stem from the movement. So we can put the movement inside this case and then package it up. We'll be probably putting a movement ring in there with it. And I got some clamps to use. We're not going to use a plastic ring on this by any means. Oh, hell no. We're going to be using good quality parts for this. So, getting my cots back on. There we go. Let's get the little ball out. course, we're going to clean this up a little bit. And oh my, do I see lots of fuzz. So let's start removing some fuzz. Let's bring out the big guns again. Rodico. See, we're getting all the stuff off of it. Yeah, look, it's stuck. Ah. Let's get off all that we can get off. Let's clean our movement case. Here we go again. My friend. Okay. That looks pretty well done. Okay, let's hold this up to the light and let's see what type of stuff we have going on. Let me see if I can get everything off this crystal. I think that'll work out pretty darn well. Okay, yeah, that'll be fine. Alright, so that's done. Also, something I had to do off screen that I did when I first got this watch in is I had to adjust the Cyclops. It was twisted. It was not in correctly. So I had to take care of that. So, yeah. So, I'm doing Did have that out. Got a little bit more fuzz, it looks like. Where the hell did you come from, you bastard? I swear, fuzz just comes from everywhere. So, yeah. Fuzz bad. Do not like fuzz. Alright. So let's be careful. Very good. Turn this bastard on over. There we go. Now we got it cased up. Okay. So, cots come off at this time. And let me have a look on the inside of this case and let me see how we're going to secure this movement to this case. And then we'll be close to being fini. Okay, I think I know how I'm going to do this. And also, while we're at it, let's get that rubber gasket ready that we're going to be putting on this. But for right now, let's get a little bit closer in there. And take a good look at examining. Ah, yes, I know exactly what I need to do on this. So, I need to get my case clamps. Okay. I'm going to, first, before I do that, I'm going to unscrew this plastic piece for the stem. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put the stainless steel crown on it. I do want the movement to be a little secure while I'm doing this one stage. I don't know if anyone else out there does this, but I certainly do. Okay. You go ahead and let me get this turned around. So I may need to press down on this. Okay, that's in there. Does make me feel better. So we will have to be trimming down on that though. So let me go ahead and we gotta get those screws in there. So let's go ahead and end this part 3 right here. We're gonna end it, as it were, like this. We've overcome some hurdles today with this watch build. Well, it's not really a build. We're servicing and changing out a movement. But we've overcome a lot. And now we're coming up to the very end of this watch's journey and going back to its owner. And really, we just got to trim off the stem, secure the movement to the case, which I'm going to gather the parts of that now, and smoke a cigarette. And then we're going to come back, put on the gasket, trim that, mount it down, close it up, and voila, we're done. So, guys, thanks for watching this part of it. I'm going to go ahead and end it now. I'll see y'all in just a little bit. Bye-bye.